had a lovely time at the ice cream social, Jimmy. Thank you for taking me.
It was nothing. Besides, no ice cream social in the world is worth going to if I can't be there with my best girl.
You really mean that? I mean, about being your best girl?
You bet your life, Susie. Why, I just want to shout it from the rooftops. You're so swell!
It's probably best if you don't do that. Father won't like it if he has to come down to the police station on account of us being too loud.
Well, I wish there was a way I could show the world that you're 1 in a million. 1 in 2 million, by golly.
Oh, Jimmy, you really make me swoon. I have an idea. If you really care about me the way you say you do, take your pocket knife and carve our initials in this tree.
Hey, yeah, that'll show everybody. I'll just carve our initials right here, see?
Oh, Jimmy, that's so romantic. And we can come back here as often as we like to our spot, right here at the corner of Main Street and 2nd Avenue.
There. Our initials are carved in the middle of a heart. I made it nice and big, so the whole world knows we're crazy about each other.
That looks just dreamy, Jimmy. And if Jane Perkins sees it, all the better.
Hey, something's going on with this tree. Something awful peculiar.
It seems to be leaking a lot of sap where you carved our initials. It almost seems red.
I've got a bad feeling about this, Susie. Let's get out of here. This tree gives me the creeps.
Jimmy Rogers and Susie Nelson enjoyed a brief courtship in the springtime, when it is said a young man's fancy turns to love. But little did they know, springtime brings about a lesser-known annual ritual in this town. You see, that tree has stood on the corner of Main Street and 2nd Avenue in this nondescript American town for several years. But that changes today. Now, it is the tree's turn to become human, and the tree, in turn, will hunt for a suitable replacement. It's the circle of life in the Eventide.
Okay, ye be holding your horses. For this podcast be named Lord of the Maserati, and it be Sir David. More red and not axa that I be narrating about for 15 to 20 minutes, as all men know.
I'm sorry, that's not in the script. Today's episode is called Arbor Day, and things are going to get screwy for a pair of young lovers in the late 1950s.
Actually, this is about the supernatural police, who were turned into quantum, something or other in the previous episode, as was everyone else connected in any way to that storyline. To be honest, I have no idea how you pulled a fresh show together after the fabric of time and space was ripped to shreds last week.
Oh, it's quite elementary. The Eventide is an anthology program and not serialized. Last week's program concerned a fateful slip-up by futuristic police. Now, this week is a horror show that makes people think twice about carving their names on trees, or making them feel really bad about having done so in the past.
May this show be about Sir David rescuing the fair Marcia MacLaine from the mythical dungeon, her bare body exposed to rain and sun as she be locked away in the medieval apparatus. And Mord Red the Mauve be having 3 new spells to his name, so they will arrive at the dungeon right soon to save the lass. Despite all your hijinks, I be clinging tightly to the plot.
I, too, am laser-focused on the plot, and I say, Commander Hiroto is on the case. And by that I mean he is a series of ever-changing abstract shapes that are completely non-Euclidean and drive people to madness if they even see one fraction of his hideous form.
That does not compute. The human mind is quite capable of understanding both Euclidean and non-Euclidean forms. If what you said is true, people would be driven insane at the sight of a horse's saddle. That might be one for the idea folder. Carl, take that pitch to the writer's room and let them bat it around a while, will ya?
Sorry to interrupt, whatever this is, but if there's a new story happening, I don't suppose that means my beloved winter roast is back in existence, asking for a friend.
All will taste my steel. What keeps me from narrating the daring exploits of Sir David, the Lord of the Maserati?
My apologies, but I must ask you all to clear the sound stage as we are setting up for the next sequence. Tree Man is almost out of makeup. I'd prefer not to summon studio security. This way, please. Thank you for stopping by. Lovely to catch up with all of you.
Okay, we'll stand over here. So now what? This anthology announcer is completely squashing our respective storylines, and that means you too, mythical announcer. No winter roast until this whole mess gets sorted out.
Gulp. This whole mess? That might be a bridge too far.
You know what I mean. We need to get back in our lanes and tell the stories the fans of each individual property want to hear.
Aye, this man be having a fair boy. It's not right to Sir David and not Axa to be shoehorned into a space adventure they be having no truck with. Swordplay and dark magic be more their speed, paired with a blue Maserati that I find hard to reconcile but be enjoying my regular paycheck all the same.
So what do you propose we do? As a mythical announcer, I normally cannot interfere.
If ye hearken back to the prior episode, Mordred still be here, and he be having his bag of holding. Mordred, me lad, what scrolls and potions do ye be having in there that might get us out of this fix and back on the road to high adventure and occasional bear knockers?
As it happens, I have used up all of my quick fixes and am left with bog-standard scrolls and potions, like levitate an object for 5 minutes, or summon a lesser troll when desperately in need of a good back-scratching.
And your 3 daily spells.
Good catch.
Today's menu is scry upon females, instigate pillow fights, and invisibility.
That seems a bit hinky to me. I know this isn't my lane, but what did any of that have to do with your current storyline?
This is embarrassing, but I figured we were at an impasse after last week's debacle, so I rounded up some spells that might amuse me in the interim. I also hoped there might be a ladies-only dormitory nearby. I'm not sure I can convince any of you that I'm not really that unseemly.
Please don't cancel me. I don't know what I would do with my own Netflix special.
If David the producer were here, I would imagine your backside would be stuffed with one of his loafers at this moment. Hall E and the Temptress are no help either, as they were turned into nightmare fuel after the mythical police did the same thing twice, not even expecting different results.
Yes, that is the downside of the Scroll of the 13 Omegas. It erases a mistake, but nobody retains the memory of it, so they had no reason to think anything bad was going to happen the second time around.
I don't suppose Hal can do much either, assuming he is not also some eldritch abomination. As a simple garden slug in the They Don't Pay Us to Talk podcast studio on what is now Allison's desk, he can only slither around in his jar until someone changes him back into a human.
Podcast studio? Hey, did anyone notice that none of us were affected by the super psychic schizophrenic Bond fiasco either time? I think the narrative plane was exempt from its effects, so maybe that slug could be part of the fix here.
If ye be aching for a slug, my fist will connect with your wagon jaw forthwith.
And I still have my ratchet handy. You want to go? Bring it.
Sigh. Let's dial down the testosterone, fellows, and let's think of a way out of this mess. Maybe Mordred can use his scry on female spell to get a message to Allison.
No, I'm sorry. Scrying is strictly a one-way street, and a silent one at that. I can see her for up to 3 turns if I use the spell, but I cannot communicate with her in any way.
Maybe levitate an object on her desk at the same time? That would tell her someone was trying to get in touch with her, right?
That would probably just freak her out as she is sitting there alone, with the exception of Hal the Slug.
How about invisibility then, so we don't have to look at your useless...
Aye, ye be ripe for a knuckles sandwich. We battle forthwith.
The 2 announcers engaged in fisticuffs, while Mordred lamely asked them to cease and desist until they stepped away from each other to catch their breaths.
This ain't over.
Aye, ye fight bravely, like your mum did when I be asking for a kiss.
Oh, right to the mothers, is that it? Okay, let's go.
With that, the supernatural police announcer tackled the Lord of the Maserati announcer to the ground, and the two rolled around, attempting to choke each other. Fortunately, this is a comedy podcast, which means we are very much due for yet another ludicrous development.
Passed along for your consideration. A room full of announcers from very different fiction shows, all under the same production umbrella. But they could be you or me, or perhaps the milkman or the librarian. They could be anyone with a dream in their heart but a head full of nonsense. You will know these people by the faint light of hope that glimmers in their eyes while they grind away at their meaningless jobs in an even more meaningless existence. An existence firmly ensconced in the Eventide. Hey, you owe me $5, by the way. Ethan did indeed make an Eventide shirt and put it up for sale at taters-shop.printify.me. There's other stuff there too, if this program does not tickle your fancy.
What the hell? I thought you guys were shooting some Killer Tree episode or whatever.
Oh, we shoot several episodes in one day to economize our studio time. That's a wrap for this one, folks, so you may retire to your trailers while we strike the set.
Oh, come on. How come this Eventide guy keeps pushing us around? Why can't we get back to the good old supernatural police who are facing their largest demon incursion yet? Commander Hiroto ought to be on the case, but isn't. As an aside, the glowing portal to the mythical realm playset that comes with 10 posable demons and a real spellbook is new for 2026 and available exclusively at Targmart Express. Tell your parents.
I and Sir David is long overdue to storm the mythical dungeon and rain his justice all upon the demon filth what reside there. Only to set up a love rectangle as he juggles the affections of not Axa, Allison, and Marcia.
He definitely had best not try to carry on with all of them. While Allison was his first love, she won't be happy when it's all Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. I don't believe that was particularly groan-worthy.
Okay, as I can see, you're well on your way to butting up against the arbitrary episode length limit without any sort of satisfying resolution. I will throw you this bone, and you can all thank me later, perhaps by buying an Eventide shirt. As narrators, you are all in a unique position of speaking things into being. That said, I will check up on the writers and see where we're at with that evil saddle story. Excuse me?
What was all that about? As a narrator, I just read whatever the writer gives me to say each week, and which toys and games to promote.
It be the same for me. I give it my all with my signature gusto, but it be words on a page served up weekly, as some men know.
But this is an audio-only podcast. The audience is reliant on what we tell them is happening, and in turn, our very pliant character pools riff on it. While I cannot interfere, might I suggest boldly articulating a new jumping-off point so we're not trapped in this soundstage indefinitely?
So you're saying if I just declare Officer Takumi fired up the tarot cannon and got right past the startup screen because the engineers switched over to Linux, he'll shoot powerful ephemeris bolts at the remaining demon horde?
Not if you're asking me about it, no.
Stand aside, ye who scrubber. Mordred did reach into his bag of Holden and produced a scroll he forgot was in there, what hit the spot right at this very moment. Loudly he read from it, and in a flash, Sir David, not Axa and Mordred the Mauve, did stand over the vanquished demon horde they had sliced to ribbon.
Great work, not Axa. Now that these demons have been vanquished, we can make all haste to the mythical dungeon to finally free Marcia.
While I don't appreciate the love rectangle that this will set up, I am committed to being at your side and losing my top every third panel in our fight scenes.
If I may inquire, my lord, how long of a journey is it to the mythical dungeon?
My enchanted GPS says about 24 hours if we avoid tolls. Why do you ask?
No reason. 3 appropriate spells coming soon to a mage near you.
And so Sir David, the Lord of the Maserati, did gain 3,000 experience points, but more importantly, he won the heart of a lady. And that lady be not Axa, for 'tis the fair Alison Chains what pines for him in yon podcast studio, namely to feel a scratch pon her itchy nose. When will these star-crossed lovers be united once more? 'Tis a story for next week when I recount another tale of Sir David, the Lord of the Maserati.
Make way, Sir David comes to the aid of slugs and hotties. Away, sing praises of the Lord of the Maserati. The Lord of the Maserati. The Lord of the Maserati.
Oh, so that's it? Everyone else gets paved over in favor of your little dungeon-crawling clique? Commander Hiroto is on the case, and he's not having it.
Commander, the demon incursion has been annihilated by those sword-wielding adventurers standing next to that sharp blue sports car.
That's what they think. Announcer, work your own magic to keep us relevant.
Roger, Commander. The pleasure is all mine. While the marauders from the Maserati realm high-fived each other and took all the credit, they didn't notice another swarm of demons who were hiding behind a mountain, waiting for their moment to strike. The demons handily disarmed the adventurers and started to tear them apart limb from limb. But Commander Hiroto was prepared for this possibility and secretly switched on the backup tarot cannon.
Takumi, fire the backup cannon before that woman wearing next to nothing, yet wielding an impossibly huge sword, becomes a decidedly unsexy pile of body parts.
Roger, Commander! Saving the hot chick!
Officer Takumi fired an extra powerful ephemeris bolt at the demons, wiping all but 5 of them out with a single blast.
Hi, your squad be clever, worming your way into the story yet again, but your lot didn't kill off all of the demons. Sir David be rising to the occasion, as does his sword, as all men know.
You'd think that, but 5 demons were left unharmed intentionally, for now.
Supernatural police, wipe out the last of the demons. There's one for each of you.
Roger, Commander. Launching ultimate mop-up operation.
Full deflection. That's one down. 4 to go.
Firing tarot beam. Demon destroyed.
Psionic blast initiated. Target vaporized.
Excellent work, team. There are 2 demons left, by my count.
Pentagonal pile driver deployed. Demon lightly sautéed and served over mixed vegetables.
That's probably a hard pass for me, but if there are cooked carrots in the mixed vegetables, I will certainly take a serving.
Commander, that leaves me, and we already used a tarot beam. I don't have any other weapons, and we don't want people getting bored by the same scenes over and over.
Allow me to put a graceful stop to this. There. All better now. Can we get out of this dung heap and back to where I can be completely fabulous, and not just fabulous on the periphery?
Hey, the supernatural police were supposed to finish off all 5 of the demons. Now I have to narrate up some more, and we have to do the whole thing over again.
Commander, all demons destroyed, but not completely by us. Permission to use the tarot beam to neutralize the temptress so she doesn't interfere with our glorious moment of triumph?
While that seems rather petulant on our part, we have our announcers back. So if he says we have to make another run at squashing the demon incursion, I approve the use of unnecessary force.
Roger, Commander. Busting a tarot beam cap in the temptress.
Au contraire, mon fille. With the portal to the mythical realm sealed shut, I am free to use my dark magic to reduce you to an elephant turd, or worse. I strongly encourage you to point that thing anywhere else.
Come on, I really need a win here. I'll just set it for sleepy go bye-bye so you get all of the unconsciousness with none of the headache.
Oh, Well, if we're pulling our punches, I suppose I can just make your blazer right up over your forehead and temporarily disorient you. No nudity, which Jamie will appreciate if she's even listening to this stuff anymore, while messing with clothing is still in play.
That is uncharacteristically charitable of you, Temptress.
I just need one more demon gone so we're all on equal footing in the clubhouse. You have no idea how much ribbing I'll get if I come up short.
It seems to me you're seeking to shoot me when the real enemy is the narrator. He could just say, you got the job done. In fact, he could say you destroyed more demons than the rest of the team combined. Don't you ever wonder why he doesn't do that?
No, not really. I'm a team player and just want to contribute any way I can, but honorably. I could have shot you 6 times already, but I am negotiating with you in good faith.
That is a one-way ticket to becoming an elephant turd. Trust me, if we scroll down in this script you'll find an alternate take where that actually happens.
All right. I am normally forbidden to interfere, but as your assigned announcer isn't bailing you out, and we've had enough poop references for a month, I will say that suddenly 3 demons who were hiding behind a giant turd rose up and launched a sneak attack. That's a solid you owe me one, sweetheart.
3 demons are doing a sneak attack. Tarot beam activated, at max power.
Punching nose.
And that's another steamer for the pile. I hardly broke a sweat.
We did it! All demons defeated. They are all defeated now, right?
Yes. Yes, indeed. The demon incursion is now 100% vanquished, thanks to the supernatural police and the marauders from the Maserati realm, who graciously accepted the key to Talisman City for their bravery.
The what now?
I and Sir David, not Axa, and Mordred the Mauve also accepted these awards as well, being that they were also hip-deep in the conflict, as all men know.
Said nobody ever, because this was a private ceremony and there was only room for 8 people, not counting the mayor. Some other randos were rounded up in a routine sweep and tossed into holding cell B at the Supernatural Police headquarters, pending an arraignment hearing set for next Friday.
If that be so, Sir David did flex but a single muscle, and the cell door burst asunder, freeing the team and revealing a secret trove of diamonds and rubies, such as would make a dwarf green with envy.
Scoff in your dreams because the diamonds and rubies were actually a decoy and were coated in powerful mind-melting chemicals that reduced them all to drooling idiots who could not form a coherent thought between the 3 of them, while a room full of monkeys with typewriters furiously banged out all of Shakespeare's collected works.
And ye be ripe for a knuckle sandwich served up hot and fresh. Into the parking lot, ye who scrubber. Now we be ending this once and for all.
I feel like the Band-Aid has been torn off. And for the good of the podcast, if not to collect more favors, I may or may not call in someday. David, not Axa, and Mordred the Mauve were just fine, and didn't mind that Hall E and the Temptress were given the key to Talisman City without them, as they aren't in it for the glory.
Thanks, buddy. I really couldn't articulate how much the sound of those monkeys with typewriters were driving me insane.
I had an inkling, but only just.
I think it might be best if we collect up the Temptress and her loyal hat rack, and make all haste to rescue the damsel we set out to find 5 or 6 episodes ago.
I can't keep track, even without the mind-melting chemicals.
Agreed, Mordred. Next week is the season finale, so we need to move the plot forward and get off of this supernatural police jazz for a change.
I feel the need to explicitly state that I call shotgun.
Key to the city recipient. Coming through. Step aside, Barbarella. I call front seat, as per the perks of this major award.
As there is only one front passenger seat, and we both were awarded the key to Talisman City, I will graciously waive that perk and sit in the back.
And I am going to cleave that witch's head from her shoulders at my first available opportunity.
Noted, but I get to punch her nose first. Otherwise it's just piling on.
We had better shake on it, to make this pact legal.
I accept your terms and conditions without reading any of them. You people can't see it, but I am shaking hands with the barbarian queen.
Get in the car, everyone. The supernatural police are coming over here. We don't have time for Midwestern goodbyes.
Marauders from the Maserati realm, before you leave, there's the small matter of the Doomsday Slug, which is to say, I have a question, and that question is, where is it? We still haven't completed our investigation of the dilapidated vision.
Loser says what?
What?
Punch it, Maserati King!
Whilst we make our way to our designated safe harbour before carrying on to the mythical dungeon for the epic season finale, I will note here that this episode was written and produced by Ethan Johnson, and the Supernatural Police theme music, as well as the Lord of the Maserati theme, was written and performed by Ethan Johnson as well. Please show your support for this podcast by all available means, all characters fictional, and are Ethan Johnson's intellectual property. Tune in next week. It's anyone's guess how or if this hot mess will be resolved. David, the Temptress is on my side of the back seat.
I am not. Your stupid bag of crap is pushing against my leg,
which you have draped across my lap whilst you apply toenail polish.
Settle down back there. I will so turn this car around.
Alabama.
Damn it, every time. Just once I'd like to call that one first.
Ooh, Rhode Island.
Well, that means officially nobody is home in Rhode Island. California. Ha, got one.
Arcturus.